Tires are often described as the soul of movement, as they represent the only real point of contact between a vehicle and the road. Regardless of the engine's power, the sophistication of the suspension, or the precision of the steering, without high-performance tires, no car, truck, or motorcycle could function properly. Every year, the global industry manufactures around 2.5 billion tires, a figure so colossal that it far exceeds the population of many continents combined. This massive production fuels a global vehicle fleet estimated at more than 1.5 billion vehicles in circulation. From compact city cars to trucks weighing several tens of tons, as well as motorcycles, airplanes, and even agricultural machinery, all rely on one common element: the tire. Behind this everyday object lies an industry worth over $300 billion, operating in more than 180 countries and involving thousands of factories working around the clock. A tire may seem like just a simple rubber ring, but it actually controls almost every aspect of a vehicle's behavior. Grip in a turn, braking distance, stability on wet roads, resistance to aquaplaning, driving comfort, and even fuel consumption directly depend on it. In motorsport, this reality is even more extreme. In Formula 1, a set of tires can be worn out in less than 62 miles, sometimes in just a few laps, due to the high mechanical stresses involved. But how is a tire made to withstand loads of several tons, high temperatures, constant friction, and speed sometimes exceeding 186 miles per hour? To answer this question, we need to go far upstream in the production chain, back to the very origin of the raw materials. It all begins in the tropical regions of the globe, where the rubber trees grow, a tree capable of producing a white sap called latex. This seemingly delicate liquid is actually the basis of one of the most durable materials ever utilized by humans. In the plantations, specialized workers make extremely precise cuts into the bark of the trees. Each incision must reach the latex channels without damaging the living wood underneath. Latex harvesting is a slow and delicate process. Drop by drop, the sap flows into small containers attached to the trunk. A cut that is too deep can reduce production for years or even kill the tree. A cut that is too shallow, on the other hand, does not yield enough latex. This expertise is often passed down from generation to generation and requires great experience. Once collected, the latex is quickly stabilized with ammonia to prevent premature coagulation. It is then transported to processing centers where it is filtered, concentrated, and dried to become raw natural rubber. This material is flexible, elastic, and very durable. But on its own, it is not sufficient to meet the modern demands of the tire industry. To ensure consistent performance, regardless of weather conditions, manufacturers also use synthetic rubber. Unlike natural rubber, this material comes from the petrochemical industry. It is made from molecules extracted from petroleum and natural gas, such as butadiene or styrene. These molecules are assembled through a chemical process called polymerization, forming long, extremely stable elastic chains. Today, in a modern tire, synthetic rubber often accounts for more than 60% of the total composition. It provides better wear resistance, increased stability against temperature variations, and greater durability. It is thanks to him that tires can maintain their properties both in extreme cold and on scorching asphalt in the middle of summer. Contrary to popular belief, raw rubber is not black. Its natural color is rather light, almost whitish. The deep black characteristic of tires comes from the addition of carbon black, an extremely fine powder obtained by the controlled combustion of hydrocarbons. This component plays a fundamental role because it significantly strengthens the rubber structure, improves its abrasion resistance, and protects it against ultraviolet rays. At this stage begins one of the most crucial phases of manufacturing: mixing. In huge industrial mixers, sometimes the size of multi-story buildings, more than 30 different ingredients are combined with extreme precision. Natural rubber, synthetic rubber, carbon black, plasticizing oil, sulfur, antioxidants, and chemical accelerators are integrated according to strictly controlled formulas. These mixers operate under very high temperatures and colossal mechanical forces. Within a few minutes, the components transform into a homogeneous, dense, and perfectly black mass. This is not a simple physical mixture, but a deep chemical transformation that already determines the tire's final properties, such as its elasticity, heat resistance, and ability to withstand repeated stress. The rubber thus obtained is then rolled into large sheets, cooled, and cut into strips of different sizes. Each strip is inspected for the slightest imperfection. A simple air bubble or a thickness variation could cause a serious failure once the tire is in use. At the same time, reinforcing materials are prepared. Synthetic textile fibers, such as polyester or nylon, are impregnated with rubber to form the inner plies. Extremely fine steel wires, yet capable of bearing immense loads, are aligned with millimetric precision to form the tire's framework. These reinforcements ensure the dimensional stability and structural strength of the final product. The assembly of the tire then begins on a fully automated rotating drum. The different layers are laid down successively in a perfectly defined order. Robotic arms apply each component with controlled pressure, while sensors and cameras analyze in real time the alignment, tension, and adhesion between the layers. When all the components are in place, the still flexible tire structure is inflated to give it its initial shape. At this stage, the tire already resembles a finished product, but it remains fragile and malleable. Its final transformation has not yet occurred. This final transformation is called vulcanization. The tire is placed in a massive metal mold, heated to a temperature between 160 and 180 degrees Celsius. A very high internal pressure forces the rubber to perfectly conform to the mold's design, creating the tread, the patterns, and the final sidewalls. For several minutes, an irreversible chemical reaction takes place. Sulfur creates bonds between the polymer chains, stiffening the structure while maintaining its elasticity. This step gives the tire its final strength, shape memory, and ability to withstand extreme stresses over thousands of miles. As it comes out of the mold, the tire is immediately sent for inspection. Lasers measure its geometry with an accuracy of less than 1/10 of a millimeter. Pressure tests check its airtightness. In the most advanced factories, X-ray systems analyze the inside of the tire to detect defects invisible to the naked eye, such as internal separations or ply misalignments. Only tires that pass all these checks are allowed to leave the factory. The others are recycled, shredded, and partially reintegrated into the production cycle. Recycling has become a major issue because used tires pose a significant environmental risk if they are abandoned or burned uncontrolled. Today, part of the end-of-life tires is transformed into granules for sports fields, insulation materials, road surfaces, or components for new tires. Even though recycled material still represents only a fraction of the total composition, it marks a gradual transition toward a more sustainable and circular industry. Behind this simple rubber ring lies an industrial chain of impressive complexity. The tire is the meeting point between the machine and the ground, the exact spot where technology becomes motion, where safety becomes reality. Without it, no automotive innovation could truly hit the road. The next time you see a vehicle pass by, remember that all its stability, all its trajectory, and all its safety depend on a few centimeters of rubber, the result of decades of research, engineering, and industrial innovation. And now tell us, do you think that most drivers really understand the importance of their tires or completely neglect them? Share your opinion in the comments. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our content.